Nearly 2 centuries ago, my great-grandfather had a wooden windmill in the Yorkshire village of Kirksmeaton. He used to take the grain which the farmers grew, grind it into meal, and then return it back to them to feed their livestock. Then later on, my grandfather had a watermill in the same village doing the same thing. My dad's first job was to drive a wagon and horses around the farms doing the deliveries. When I was growing up, the family were farmers, but we still had a set of millstones, and we used to grind our own corn and feed our stock on it. Well, I've lived in New Zealand now for 45 years. My daughter and son-in-law are farmers here. On their farm, they've got 3 windmills, but they generate electricity. Sing your song about windmills. In days long gone by, when the world was much younger, men harnessed the wind to work for mankind. Seamen built tall ships to sail the wide ocean, while landsmen built windmills the corn for to grind. Around and around and around went the big sails, turning the shafts and the great wooden wheels. Creaking and groaning, the millstones kept turning, grinding to flour the good corn from the fields. In Flanders and Spain and the lowlands of Holland, the kingdoms of England, Scotland and Wales, windmills sprang up all around the wild coastline, ships of the land with the tall canvas sails. Around and around and around went the big sails, turning the shafts and the great wooden wheels. Creaking and groaning, the millstones kept turning, grinding to flour the good corn from the fields. Strong Yorkshire lads, they work hard at the good earth, ploughing and sowing as the seasons declare, waiting to reap all the rich golden harvest, while the miller is idle his mill to repair. Around and around and around went the big sails, turning the shafts and the great wooden wheels. Creaking and groaning, the millstones kept turning, grinding to flour the good corn from the fields. Windmills of wood, all blackened by weather, windmills of stone, glaring white in the sun, windmills like giants all ready for tilting, windmills that died in the gales and are gone. Round and around went the big sails, turning the shafts and the great wooden wheels. Creaking and groaning, the millstones kept turning, grinding to flour the good corn from the fields, grinding to flour the good corn from the fields. Windmills.